the Denver Broncos. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield.
And so much of today's football goes back to the old West Coast offense and scripting plays to start. Sometimes you script to attack. Sometimes you script to find out information. In this case, they got both. They attack for a big gain, and they have information that tells them we might want to come back to that play later.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. Over 1,400 yards last year for Jones. Just 6 touchdowns, but, you know, of course he had the big 300-yard game. However, when he was blanketed with coverage, he always opens things up for other guys, doesn't he?
He does, and that's what's benefited Atlanta's offense. Other guys were able to step up. In 2016, Mohamed Sanu stepped up and had his best year as a pro. Austin Hooper, as a young tight end, really developed down the stretch. And Taylor Gabriel, who had come over as a free agent from Cleveland, he really flourished, actually led the team in touchdown catches. But there's only one Julio Jones, and you want to get the ball to him as much as possible.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's the offense, and we talk about the tight end, Jacob Tammett.
A lot of people thought of him as simply a safety valve receiver. He can be a primary receiver. Jacob Tammett shows better athleticism than what people expect.
And ready now for 2nd and 9. Now Ryan on 2nd down. He goes underneath to Freeman. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. But they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
It's hauled in by Hardy. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
And when you watch Devontae Freeman run the football, you can almost close your eyes and hear him running the football, can't you? Because people just scatter. I mean, you know, when he goes through a pile, it moves in a positive direction for him. I just love how hard he plays the game.
1,000-yard season. He had 11 touchdowns last year. In March, 25 years old. So he's kind of hitting that sweet spot for a running back, isn't he?
He really is, and I still remember the evaluation of him coming out of college. He does everything well, but you weren't sure he had a dominant trait. Well, wrong about that. He's dominant just about everything he does, and I think that he's going to continue to elevate his game and seek a 3rd Pro Bowl in 2017.
Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The offensive line up now, and the guy we highlight, Emmanuel Sanders.
You can use him in any spot as a wide receiver. In the slot, out wide, it doesn't matter. He just makes plays.
To throw on 2nd is Simeon. Man open left side is Brown. And he takes it down deep into Atlanta territory. A huge play there for Denver. 57 yards. On the end around, this is Thomas. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Here's Simeon now on second down. That's caught. It's Thomas. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Well, the bad news, the Denver Broncos didn't make the playoffs, but the good news for Demaryius Thomas, he was over 1,000 yards again as a receiver.
6 straight year he's done that, but yards per catch and touchdowns down a little bit. Any of that due to the change at quarterback?
Think about it. For him now, in the last 2 seasons, he's had to get used to 3, well, really 4 different quarterbacks throwing him the football. I think that yards per catch will go back up when he gets some consistency.
Out of the gun, Simeon. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Virgil Green from 6 yards away. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Here's Eric Weems now on the return. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And a look now at how the Broncos line up defensively.
Von Miller is so good that he doesn't even need a nickname. His ability to bend and dip on the pass rush, unequaled in this league.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion. On third down, Ryan finding time. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
To throw is Simeon. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Sanders, the former SMU product, had 79 catches last year, over 1,000 yards. 5 touchdowns. They're going to need more of him in Denver if they want to get back into the playoffs.
Part of a great tandem, he and Demaryius Thomas. And Demaryius plays out wide. He's one of those guys that you send him out there and let him work one-on-one. He uses his big body and his big frame to get open. Emmanuel Sanders, he has the ability to work inside as well. And he's not just quick. He's also fast. And he's dependable for a quarterback because a lot of the routes he runs are right in the sight line. Easy throws for a QB.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. This is Freeman on first and 10. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On second down, Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence. Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. And he slides to avoid the hit. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the first and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
First down and goal, the offense knocking on the door. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Falcons have taken the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field. And he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Now Simeon. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here now come the Falcons. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett, he's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, the Falcons will call on Matt Bosher to punt it away. Emmanuel Sanders deep for the Broncos. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, DeMarcus Ware. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front? Creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility.
A good pick up there of 20 yards. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. They come out here in the eye. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. 1st down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he is going to lose yardage here. 1:59 to go in the 1st half. Back to Denver right after this. And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12. They'll try the air now with Simeon. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Throwing on 3rd down, Simeon. And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Norwood that time, and that brings up 4th down.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
And McManus able to put it through, and that will bring the deficit back down to 3. So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense, finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
It's hauled in by Hardy. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the 1st.
I'll give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a 1st down for him, too.
Now Ryan on 1st down. He goes underneath to Freeman. Give him 11 on the gain there, and that leads to an Atlanta 1st down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Caught on the right side by Jones. A gain of 6 there on first. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Again, Ryan. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 4. Throwing again, Ryan. It's caught, Jones. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Dancing to his left. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come out here in the eye. On second down, here's Ryan. That's caught at the 2. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll look to run with Freeman. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. And quickly they get to the line. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Bryant's kick is good. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On second down, Anderson. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on 3rd. They come out here in the eye. On 3rd and short, this is Janovich. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
3rd and inches, just turn around, hand it to the big guy, and let him plow forward and pick up a first down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle. And they're going to speed things up here. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Again, Anderson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Watch him now, Barney.
From the gun on 3rd, Simeon. The catch is made. Benny Fowler. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. NFL teams last year a little under 50% on 4th down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. Indeed going for it. Simeon. And this is caught. Demaryius Thomas. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 1st down, it's Simeon. He's got time in the pocket. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field, and now what he's trying to do.
Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. And some space here. Picked off by Bleedy Ray Wilson. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Now the pitch to Freeman. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line. So it'll come out to the 25. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
To throw on 2nd is Simeon. And he is going to be wrapped up and slung to the turf. Grady Jarrett in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on 2nd down. 3rd and long, it's Simeon. He's got time. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver, and it's 4th down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know, the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Vance Walker able to drop him for a loss of 4.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. And the kick for the 41-year-old is up and good. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So the drive takes him inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
2nd down following the incompletion.
All right, now, look at this. Green.
2nd and 10, Simeon again. Flush to his right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. Back now at the home of the champs, Sports Authority Field in Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
All right, here we go.
Throwing on 3rd down, Simeon. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time for Simeon on 4th. Finding time. He's going to air one out. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at...
And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, his second touchdown of the night. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And can you believe it? He misses another one, his third so far. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They come out here in the eye. Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. And they're going to go soft on the corners. They run it again with Anderson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
They give it to Anderson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Handoff comes to Anderson. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
4th quarter, 2-minute warning about to hit, and it looks like they're going to get one more play in.
Be interesting to see what they try and do on this play. Do they try and take a shot, or do they just try and get to the 2-minute warning?
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. They come out here in the eye. They run with Anderson. He's been the bell cow tonight. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They run. Anderson. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Let's go.
They'll try the air now with Simeon. And that is incomplete. Virgil Green is tied in the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. So the D-line's going to spread out. Off of play action, Simeon. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He gets it to Brown. Complete. score. Marlon Brown, 41 yards. And the Broncos cut into that lead.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a two-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a two-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Surveying the field. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
A good pick up there of 20 yards. And now they're in the hurry-up.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Ryan. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Flushed out right. And it's complete. Hooper. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Austin Hooper, 30 yards. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And it is no good. So maybe a little final act of mercy.